Breaking news just in moments ago. We've learned of some explosions in Qatar amid Iranian threats to retaliate for the U.S. strikes on its nuclear sites. I'm Scripps News Anna Rafferty, and this is On the Scene. Scripps News global affairs correspondent Maya Rodriguez joins us now live. Maya, the significance here is that we have U.S. assets in Qatar. What do we know at this hour?
You know, it's interesting, Andrew, because this morning we had the U.S. Embassy in Qatar issue that shelter-in-place alert for American citizens until further notice, and now we see why. We have heard reports of explosions being heard over the skies of Qatar, where it's now nighttime, just after 8 p.m. local time. Earlier today, Qatar closed its airspace because of a potential Iranian retaliation on those American military assets in the region, like the ones that you just mentioned, Andrew. Thousands of Americans live in the country of Qatar, and the country is also home to both CENTCOM and the largest U.S. airbase in the region, along with 10,000 U.S. military personnel. Now, satellite images show that the U.S. military did move a number of critical aircraft in recent days from that country ahead of a potential retaliatory strike by Iran. But this has been a major concern about American military in the Middle East after these strikes that the U.S. carried out on Iran. There are more than 40,000 military personnel from the U.S. posted throughout major bases, on ships, in military outposts all throughout the Middle East. And our Scripps News coverage has noted previously that Iranian-backed proxies have attacked U.S. military personnel in the past using either ballistic missiles, which may be what we're seeing tonight, as well as weaponized drones. The U.S. military has been increasing its assets in the Middle East. They have already deployed a missile interceptor system that had been sent to Israel. We know that some of these missiles, they were attempting to intercept them, that were on their way to the country of Qatar tonight. But more recently, the U.S. also deployed an additional aircraft carrier to the region. Take a listen to what the Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Dan Kane said, as well as Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, when it comes to protecting American military personnel in the Middle East.
I won't comment on what force protection measures are being taken in the region. What I will say is we're being proactive and not reactive, and being very thoughtful about ensuring that we do all that we can to protect our forces out there.
And I would just say, as the President has directed and made clear, this is most certainly not open-ended. It doesn't mean it limits our ability to respond. We will respond if necessary. The most powerful military in the world is postured and prepared to defend our people.
Now, at this point, we don't know if there is any damage that has occurred in Qatar because of these explosions that have been heard. But in the meantime, over the weekend, the U.S. had sent out 2 warnings to Americans, both here at home and overseas. First, we had Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem issuing a national terrorism bulletin, warning that the U.S. was at a heightened risk now of an attack by Iran, either through outright violence or cyber attacks. And the second warning came from the State Department, which had issued this worldwide caution security alert, basically warning Americans who are living or traveling overseas to be very cautious as they make their way through the world. Andrew?
All right, Scripps News global affairs correspondent Maya Rodriguez for us in our D.C. newsroom.